Morning, Facebook friends and family. So yesterday I put up a really funny video about buying this ridiculous onesie snuggie thing that I bought because I'm moving home to Michigan, and I thought give you guys a quick update. Maybe quick, maybe a little bit long. A couple things: what's going on with me, why I'm moving to Michigan, and if you wait till the end of this video, I'll share a really kind of a cool story. I think it's worth it. It's worth the wait, I think, if you have the time and the patience to listen. So if you go all the way back to when I was barely born, it was just a couple cells, and then I was born, and I was born pretty sick as a kid. Had some liver problems, protein deficiency. Half my liver was cirrhosis. I grew up, and I got into some drugs and alcohol, made that condition worse. Had operations when I was really young. Eventually I needed a liver transplant by the time I was 19. From the ages of 14 and 18 I drank and did drugs, which was really stupid. And I got a liver transplant when I was 19, and it's been great. Fast forward to now, I am 42, so it was 23 years ago. This past July I had a rejection episode, which means your body attacks your transplanted foreign liver, which isn't good. And the reason you can tell it's happening, if you know the right signs, is your skin starts to turn jaundice, and your pee starts to look like the color of bourbon, like really dark. And to be perfectly honest, your shit, when you take a shit, looks like bars of clay. Like there's no color in it. It's bad, which is a really bad thing. So I always know when it happens. I always know what to look for to see. And then it was happening, so I went in, and sure enough, that's what's happening. And got some drugs to stop the rejection and turn it around, and started monitoring my blood closer and more blood draws. And eventually I went home to Michigan in September for about a month and a half almost to be monitored closely and make sure all those levels were getting turned around the way they're supposed to, and everything was getting back to normal. And it was going good for a while. And so I eventually went back here to Vegas, which is where I'm at now. And it's never gotten quite back to where it's supposed to be. So my liver enzyme levels have been elevated quite a bit. My bilirubin has been elevated, and I've been in the hospital 2 times in the last probably 3 weeks here in Vegas. And it's because of blockage in my bile ducts. My bile ducts are not draining the way they're supposed to. And to put it lightly, to get medical work done here and then get it over to my transplant doctors in Michigan is just, it's nothing short of a shit show. It's a pain in the ass to do, whether it comes to blood work or tests or MRIs or whatever. So just this past Wednesday, I went to the hospital, and I've talked to my transplant nurses about this, and this is something that's going to keep happening until they either clear out my bile ducts, or they're thinking they're going to end up putting stents in. Whether they're internal or external will depend on how many bile ducts are actually blocked. If there's a bunch, it'll probably be an external stent, which means it'll be like a small tube sticking out of my abdomen, draining out bile, because my liver's not doing it the way it's supposed to. And if it's just a few, then they might be internal splints that they have to change out every 6 weeks, which is a whole nother ordeal. So with that being said, to get this kind of medical care, I can't get it here. I just can't. I have to move home. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I've been in Vegas 14 years, and I can honestly say that old saying, came, I saw, I conquered. That's me, man. I've been here 14 years. I know this town probably better than 90% of the residents. I drove a cab for 10 of it. I know where to eat, where to go, what's hot, what's good, what's awesome, what's fun, what's a waste of time. And I'm proud to say that, and I'm proud to say that I've enjoyed this city to the fullest, and the surrounding areas, the Mojave Desert, the the national parks around here. I've gotten to see the Grand Canyon and Zion a couple times. I've visited numerous ghost towns, and it's been wonderful living in the Southwest, and I've enjoyed it. But it's funny, with all this stuff that's happening in my health, I feel like I kind of outgrown it. It's an interesting town to be single in. You would think, oh, Vegas, yeah, and it is like that. It's like, oh yeah, you're a single guy, all the girls, it's like that, but it's not. It's just a different vibe. The dating scene is a different vibe, and I just feel like I've outgrown it a lot, and I'm very excited to get back home to my family. My son is back home. All my family is. It'll be wonderful to see them. And when I left Vegas in 2006, I was a different person. I was a lot younger. I was still in my 20s. I was 28. And so I'm going to come home. I'm going to get these stints put in, and they're going to help me out or get me where I need to be, but it's not going to be enough. I'm eventually, most likely, almost positively, whether it's 2 years, 3, 4, I'm going to say 2 to 3 tops, probably not even that, I'm going to need another liver transplant, which I hope I get. Pretty sure I will. I'm not on the liver list yet, so, but it's going to happen. My liver's, it's just not doing what it's supposed to, and it's not functioning the way it's supposed to. So, I am excited to come home. I'm excited to see everybody. I'm excited to reconnect with my family. Terrorize my parents. Terrorize my sister and her kids. All the stuff that little brothers do. But super excited about that. And it's weird. I feel really, really, really positive about all this. I can't explain it to you. I've been in therapy for the last 1.5 years, and I've read probably a dozen or more self-help books. I mean, I've pounded through self-help books like coffee. I mean, I've read a lot. I've done a lot of soul searching. I've done a lot of reflecting, journaling, and the therapy has been amazing. I think everybody should go, whether they think they're screwed up or not. I think therapy is good for everybody. I think the key to a good therapist is finding one that you connect with. I think it's something people should talk about more. And I am currently 3/4 of the way done reading Anthony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within. It's a great book. If you never read it. It's pretty awesome. And I can say a couple things that what you speak into the world is what you become. What you think is what you become. The words you use will transform you into good or bad. It's really as simple as that when it comes to changing your mindset or changing your attitude. And having perspective on things is one of the things that I've found can change your attitude the quickest. You can take any bad situation, stack it up against something else, and be like, yeah, it's really not that bad. I could be this, or it could be that, or I could be, you know what I mean? And I am extremely grateful for my life and the life that I live, and I'm looking forward to the next 40, 50 years. And I don't know what God's got in store, but it's probably something really great, and I'm excited about it. And I'm excited about this new chapter, and I'm literally going to be moving home with pretty much the clothes on my back. The stuff that's in my apartment, I'm either giving it away or just tossing it. It's amazing what you really don't need when you get down to it and what's really important. With that being said, I will share with you a story that I think is really cool. It's a tiny bit tragic, for sure. I shouldn't say tiny, it's a lot. If you're a woman, it'll definitely feel more tragic. So if you're super sensitive, maybe don't listen. It's not terrible, but it's not great. So I go to the hospital on Wednesday. Was when I was the last time was when I went to the hospital last Wednesday. I took myself to the ER, to the emergency room, packed a bag. I knew I was going to end up getting admitted because I knew my bile ducts were acting up again, and I was holding a fever and all this other stuff. Get to the ER at 8 a.m. I don't get to a room in the ER till 1 p.m. Like, it's packed because of COVID and everything, and hospital's full, rooms are full. And they put me in the back and they draw blood and they do an IV, and one of the IVs gets blown out, and I had a bad blood draw, and I was miserably tired, hungry, I hadn't had much to eat, and I didn't end up getting up into a room admitted until like 1 a.m. in the morning, so like 16 hours roughly in the ER. And probably after I got to the ER at 1 p.m., probably around, I don't know, I want to say 10:30 or 11, there was people on both sides of me. You're just separated by curtains back there, and I'm watching TV and just drinking water and waiting on when to get up to a room and whatever, knowing I was going to be admitted. And the lady to the right of me got wheeled out, and they wheeled in somebody else, and it was a woman, and I didn't hear a lot of the conversation, but it's pretty quiet back there, and I heard the nurses saying to her, they go, yeah, and it was something about miscarrying, and they were like, you know, you have to wait till the baby, like, I think delivers through more before we can get it out, or something like that. Something terribly tragic. And I was just like, wow, man, that's crazy. And so I'm sitting there and just watching TV, and I took a drink of my water, and I sneezed really loud. The girl next to me, she goes, bless you. And I said, oh, thanks. And I said, I just said to her, I don't know, I felt compelled to say something. I go, I hope you're doing okay. And she goes, I'm doing all right. And she said, I hope you're doing okay too. And I said, yeah, I'm doing all right. And I don't know what it was, but I couldn't see her. I couldn't see her face. I didn't ask after that or say anything after that, because I don't think there was much I could say. I didn't want to be like, so, hey, what are you, you know what I mean? What are you in? I mean, but after I said that, and she said that back to me, and there was that small exchange between two people that have never seen each other ever, and it was this very simple exchange. There's nothing over the top about it. I sat there thinking to myself, I thought, that's it, man. That's what life's about right there. The small connections you make with people, the small moments you have with people, the memories you can make, the impact you can make, the words you can speak. It's down to that, man. That's all that matters. And I don't know if that person was sat next to me by God or what, but it was a pretty powerful moment, and I was at a pretty low point, and I'm sure she was too, obviously. If you had just lost a child, who wouldn't be? But that's it, man. None of the other shit matters. The money, the cars, the whatever, the TV shows, the just none of it matters, man. Life is literally the moments you make with the people you love, and the memories that you make with the people you love, and the things that you do. And if you can keep your perspective that simple in life, and be grateful for the little tiny stuff, the real tiny stuff. And it's hard to do, man, because we all get lost in the fuck that guy, he just cut me off in a car, and, you know, blowing up. None of that stuff matters. It just doesn't. If you can keep it simple like that, man, and just be grateful for all the simple stuff that you have, then you'll live a long, happy life. And I honestly can say that I'm a pretty damn happy person. And I just felt compelled to share all of this with you guys. And I'm excited to embrace Michigan and all that it has to offer. And I'm excited to be home with my family, and to see anybody that wants to connect or anything. I'd love to. And I hope this didn't sound like a poor me story, because it wasn't supposed to be like that. I just wanted to give you guys an update of what was going on. So, but anyways, I love you guys. I love you all. Hug your friends, hug your family. happy holidays, and I'm going to be home for Christmas for the first time in a long time. I'm pretty excited about it. And sorry, I'm kind of an emotional mess today, or in general. I just got a lot of stuff that I've been thinking about. Not negative. None of it's like negative emotional stuff. Just emotional in a happy way, I think. So I love y'all, and have a great day, and God bless. And thanks for listening.